Hey, I think for our new video podcast, I think
Welcome back.
I think that we should call it Braden and Abdulaziz's podcast, or something of that matter.
So we've started a new YouTube channel just for this podcast, and we're calling it the Abdulaziz and Braden podcast.
No, I think it should be the Braden and Abdulaziz's podcast.
No,
Yeah.
my name starts with an A.
Yeah, my name starts with a B.
What comes
And
first?
last is the best. You having
What
some
comes
trouble
first? A or B?
there? It's not about what comes first.
Yes, it is.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
ABP.
A-B... What?
Abdulaziz and Braden podcast.
No, I don't think so. Do you mind? Really? That's annoying. That's annoying even for me. And I don't even have headphones in my ears listening to it.
Ugh. For those of you listening, we are turning this into a video podcast. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. We've come a long way since
Indeed
a year
we have.
back. We used to be like almost scripting our podcasts and everything, and now
I remember we
We're
had
here.
to like find stuff to say. You know?
and
And
now
now we realize that like
we got to
we
cut
could just
stuff
talk.
out.
We
Yeah.
could just talk. You know, and that's the best.
Also, we've also just like learned how to talk, and I think
You like my Xbox controller?
yeah.
Nice. It's pretty cool.
Yo, speaking of Xbox, let's talk about your video game addiction and how you spent so much money on that.
Or how you think I spent so much money on it.
Yeah.
So anyway, this morning, I sent a picture of my bank account to.
Wait, how did that conversation start? It was like something about money, I think, and then you were like,
I don't
"Nah,
know.
bro,
I was
I'm
like-
broke."
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, oh, I have no money left in my bank account. I sent the group chat a picture of my bank account with $8 left in my account. They were like, okay, what'd you spend $200 on, Braden? And I told them Rocket League credits.
And I thought he was
in-game
joking.
currency. In-game currency of a video game I play.
Yeah.
Now, for what's the word? Perspective.
Oh, that's not on autofocus.
For
Go on.
perspective. All right, let me finish the story. For perspective, for let's see. I think it's $50 you get 6,000 credits. I told them I bought Rocket League credits just because I wanted to see the reaction. I didn't buy Rocket League credits.
Oh.
I bought something much better. That
Okay.
Abdulaziz will approve of. So
Okay.
yeah.
I focus. God dang it. Okay.
You having some trouble there, eh?
Yeah, there we go. Okay. For those listening, I was trying to get the camera to focus. As you can hear by my loud remark.
Yeah. So anyway, that will be arriving tomorrow. So when you asked me about 20 minutes ago what I bought on Amazon, that was an addition to it that I need.
So then
so-
what'd you buy?
A step-up ring.
For $16?
Mm-hmm.
I got mine for 50 cents.
Where'd you get a step-up
eBay.
ring? eBay?
50 cents.
I don't buy from eBay.
What could have gone wrong? I lose 50 cents?
Like 4-month shipping.
No, it came in like 4 days.
Right. Well, anyway, I bought a step-up ring from Amazon. Everything's coming tomorrow. I'm making a video tomorrow about it. So that was exciting. Also difficult. But I got my allowance today, so now I can afford gas, which is just in time because my gas meter is right at the E right now.
He literally had $8.11 in his bank account, and I told him, this boy can't even afford to fill up his tank. I saw this meme.
I can now, but I won't be able to after. I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
You mean allowance to allowance?
Yeah.
You
Also
don't even
known as
get
a paycheck.
No, you
No,
don't.
I got
get
a paycheck.
No.
I get a paycheck.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. My mom writes it out on a paycheck for me. I'm on payroll.
like the Shelby's. How they have the policeman on payroll.
Yeah.
I saw this meme somewhere that was like, work so hard until your bank account looks like a phone number. And
That is like the cringiest quote I've ever heard.
and then the picture below
like-
it.
No time for friends. Work all the time, no sleep.
And then
Hustle.
the picture below it was $9.11.
Ha, lol. Yeah, I work really hard,
Yo,
and I bought it on Rocket League credits.
Speaking of money, Braden and I got a job offer from Rocky Mountain High School.
That is true.
To film the school musical.
Oh, that one.
And,
I thought you were talking about
and
something
there
else.
was the three of us that were wanting to do it. And I wanted to ask you on the podcast, why did you back out?
Why did I back out?
Yes.
Well, for one, I don't want to sit and film a play.
Okay, fair.
That's it.
It's
that's
not
it.
that bad. Me and Jager, like, we're filming it. We're having fun. We're kind of glad that there's two people now because we realized there wouldn't have been much of a job for the third person other than just switching the
Great.
cameras.
So everything worked out perfectly.
Yeah. But, well, for us, but not for you. 'Cause it's
No. It's
one-
about what did Mr. Shower call it? It was
net benefit.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. If you're willing to work for something
Yeah.
or not versus on what you get from it. And
Well, 200
it wasn't really
bucks
worth
for a
it.
week.
no. They said 2 weeks, possibly a third. So
We never said possibly
No,
a third.
you
I
didn't.
think. Well, I didn't
remember.
because it was what you're getting from that is that it got delayed. So you thought we were filming for another week when really like the start date had been delayed.
no. They said 2 weeks after every day after school and possibly a third. I remember that. Anyway, the other job taking photos for the basketball players, I showed up to a home game, and each there's 5, 6,
Yo,
like
give him
7
a little
players.
background. So
That's what I'm
basically,
doing. 7 players are paying me to take pictures of their basketball game.
okay,
What are you laughing at?
you like cut me off and I was giving a better background of your story.
No. Okay, and so I show up to a home game, and they wouldn't let me in. And do you know why they wouldn't let me in, Abdulaziz? I mean, you were
Yes,
there, but
because I was there. They wouldn't let us in because there had been enough people that signed up and we forgot to sign up.
no, we need even more background. They only let a certain amount of people into the basketball games due to COVID.
Yes.
So if you're not on the list beforehand, then you're basically not allowed to get in. So we show up. I explain my scenario to the athletic director, and he goes, okay, well, I'll see what I can do. If someone doesn't show up, we might be able to let you in. We waited around. We waited. And we did get in. We did end up getting in. I got some good photos. But I was also planning on having 3, 4 more home games to get the players more photos. I was not aware that this Friday is the last home game.
What?
Yeah. So I went to talk to the athletic director today, and I was like, the next home game, could you get me in, blah, blah, blah. He goes, yeah, this is our last home game. I was like, oh, I promised every player 5 photos, and some of them I have one of them.
Yikes. Well, you better
so
get to it.
I'll hopefully be able to get a bunch. But I talked to Aiden, which is kind of like the head of the
The cool
organization. If
His last name is literally cool.
if I have a proposition of photos, I go to him first, and then he goes to the players. Anyway, I said that if I don't get everyone enough photos, if they wanted to do a studio one, those photos where the basketball players looking really intimidating.
Yeah.
They're holding the basketball with really dramatic lighting. Yeah, that's what I was thinking in. And so he said he'd get back to me. So either way, I think I'll be able to satisfy the players with the photos. And
Okay. Let's talk about how you totally undercharged them, though. You said $10 per player.
mhm.
So you're doing all of this for $70.
I haven't gotten 2 payments, but they won't get their photos unless they pay me. And I probably won't even take their photos. Yeah, because I didn't know what you charged.
Well, I didn't. I didn't charge last year.
So how do I undercharge and you not even charging?
Because I'm talking about undercharging for the value of your work. $10 for
It really
photos?
wasn't that much work.
Okay. Well, your business, your thing. Your business, your operation. What would you even say?
My rules.
Your business,
Sure.
your rules. Okay. Well,
Have you
it's
noticed?
What?
That was so funny. So I going back and forth in conversation, right, with Aiden, and pretty much every time, like the it's an end of a conversation. Do you know what he says?
What?
Bet. And I remember I got a chat from him, and I was like, before I opened it, I said to myself, I bet he's gonna say bet. And I opened it, and that's exactly what he said. Like, it was so funny. It was perfect. But
the predictability of it. Is that
Yeah.
what was funny? So I'm 18 now. I turned 18 last Friday. I can now go to adult federal prison.
yeah,
So-
we've got some really fun pranks planned. That's for sure. What?
What?
What? We're not gonna send you to prison. We're not gonna frame you for murder.
Okay, I might need to get out of here. Anyway, so what's been going on? We took our last podcast off because February was like kind of short, and we were already like late 3 days. So then we told Vince, our producer, is like, "Hey, let's take this off, and then come back March for the beginning of the 3rd season." And
Yeah. Of Jules's.
And-
you know, after when you drink soda, you get like the burp in your nose. You know, that's what
Yeah.
just happened to Abdulaziz.
yeah. Vince insisted that we keep each season like 13 episodes, and we were like, okay, cool. And now I think what new thing did we bring last season? I don't remember, but there was something
Well,
new.
the first season was grilling with Braden.
Oh yeah.
The second season was I think we stopped the movie review in the second
Oh,
season.
maybe that was what was it. Okay.
Um,
And now we're bringing video. So
yes,
we'll
because sometimes video podcasts are just relaxing.
see. Yeah.
But do you realize, like, in like 2 more seasons or next season, we're gonna look back at like the first video podcast. We're gonna be like, oh gosh, kind of like how we listened back to our first like ever podcast, and we're like, oh gosh.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think we're getting close to like flatlining in our level of progression.
You know what we should start investing in? You know how like
Wait.
the-
Back to before. I got reminded by when you said investing. What is the expensive thing you bought?
a lens,
What lens?
a 50.
No way.
Yeah, way.
1.8.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you can't afford anything lower.
I was looking at a Sigma one that was 50. That was 1.4, and it's like giant. Oh my gosh, I want it so bad, but it's like 800, I think. So eventually I'll replace it. But
what
the
brand is it?
urgency
What brand?
Sigma.
Oh.
The urgency behind this lens. Well, one, I just need to buy the lens eventually, so I bought it. But I'm filming a wedding video this March, April, May, June. This June in Kentucky for my cousin. And
Are they paying you?
no.
Okay.
Um,
I feel like Dave Ramsey. He like when he gets calls from people suffering from financials and they need his help. He's like he gets all serious and he's like, "Okay, what is your household income? How much do you owe on your house?" And he's like all serious and like you're yeah, you know what I mean.
what was your point in that?
I was kind of like that. I was like, "How much they paying you?"
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. And
Going to Kentucky, huh?
I might potentially also. So every time I go to Oregon to visit my dad's side of the family, they own like a real estate management business, I think. And anyway, every time I'm there, they're always like, "You should just come out one summer and take photos of our properties. We'll pay you. You know, you'll have somewhere to stay. You'll have food." Anyway, so now that I'm actually old enough to drive, I'm thinking I might do that this summer, which I might go out there for like a week or 2, but that also will probably mean that I won't be able to apply for an actual job because no one's going to give me a job in the middle of the summer, and no one's going to give me a job knowing that I'm going to leave for like half a
Well,
month.
Then you don't tell them you're gonna leave.
Yeah, but then if I don't tell them and then I ask to leave for like 2 weeks, chances are they won't say yes. So, that's kind of out of the picture. However, my dad told me, "Hey, do you want a temper or a part-time job? You can work at the shop and help organize and blah blah blah." And so I said, "Yeah." So I'll at least have like a part-time job this summer if I can't find a job somewhere else. So
I was gonna apply for Best Buy, but I couldn't find their application for a store in Fort Collins.
why didn't you just go ask for one?
I did, and they said apply online.
Then did you ask the manager?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just say, "Can I get a physical copy? I can't find it online."
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll try that. And then I applied for Ace Hardware.
Oh yeah, the number one competitor. You're gonna stab him in the back.
Joseph. No, I asked Matt for a job, and then he said,
You asked him. You asked him for a job.
yeah.
He fired you, and then you asked him for a job.
Yeah, he said, he was like, before I left, he was like, let's stay in touch. I'm a forgiving man or something like that. And so I thought, since it was spring and the year before, he said like everything like really booms in the spring. And so I went and asked him, and he said, unfortunately, I don't have any positions right now. I'm actually thinking of hiring somebody full time. I said, okay, thank you. And then, yeah. So maybe I'll hear back. I'd like to see what another full or part-time job will be like. What?
Matt and you go. You guys look at each other for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking we need to put that in video announcements because that is so funny. They're like, they like bite their lower lip and then like squint their eyes. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's like if you're old, you probably don't get what we're doing. But if
I don't know why it's so funny, but it just makes so much sense. They're like,
okay, but it's like a thing on TikTok. It's like super hard to explain, but it's nothing like offensive or anything.
It's quite the opposite, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what was I just saying?
something about Joseph's. It's getting really hot in here.
Yeah, it is. Open it a tiny bit so that it cools down slowly. Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
No, we want to be freezing here. I want my
gosh.
sweat to freeze on my skin right now. That's how cold I want
That sounds
it to be.
really weird. It's like,
Yeah.
I want my sweat to freeze on me. How long have we been going? Okay, 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting my tax refund. I'm getting paid by the school soon. There's a kid from Pooter that hired me. I did like a last minute truck photo shoot with this one big trucker.
Oh, guess what? So on your story, you posted a video of the truck doing like a donut or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that exact truck like driving down Taft on my
Nice.
way somewhere. I can't remember where I was going.
Was it on that day?
I believe so, yeah.
Nice. That was probably him.
So, did it have like decals on the back
I think
of
so.
the window? Yeah. So I saw that.
I didn't get any pictures from the back because his like sticker, like something in the back was like messed up. So he said, "Don't get the back." I said, "Okay."
Nice.
It's spring. Holy cow!
Yeah, it's so warm out.
as
Oh
we're
my
getting
gosh.
as we're getting like older and older, like time is just flying by. Everybody says that this would happen, and I was like, BS. And now it's happening. It's like this whole winter, like I don't remember any of it.
Oh, I remember all of it. All of the suffering,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
misery.
but it feels like
and
it
the
feels
pain.
like it was just a couple weeks. Like, I don't know.
No, I'm so over the cold, and I'm
I am
ready
too.
for the spring, and it's really like making me happy because now I can walk outside in a t-shirt. And all this week, I think it's supposed to rain once, but all this week, it's like on the little weather
High
app,
50s, low
the
60s.
sun and
yeah.
it's the sun, and if it's not the sun, it's the sun and the clouds. So it's all supposed to start warming up. And it's March. Oh my gosh.
I know, right? School's almost over. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
We
We
have
only
like
have like a third of school left. This year just
and
like
we're
flew
going back
by.
full time.
Oh, that's a big announcement.
Yeah.
Right after spring break, we're going back 5 days a week, full time. No weird hybrid alternating day situation. We can finally learn. That'll be
Yep.
exciting. I'm excited to see people.
In our hybrid state, we get Fridays off. However, and I've very much enjoyed Fridays off. However, when we're going back full time, we no longer get those Fridays, and I was thinking it's actually a really big jump. I feel like they should have kept Fridays off because we're going from 2 days a week in school to five.
5.
That's a really big thing for someone to get used to. I'm gonna have to get my sleep schedule worked out.
Mm.
Yeah, I wake up about 20 minutes before class when
Yeah.
on my online
Yeah,
days.
you know what pissed me off this morning, which also I think pissed you off, was I was asking, Brayden woke up like right before class, and we're doing like a weekly thing for video announcements where it's like a comedy skit kind of thing. And I asked him, let's film after our Google Meet, like at school physically. And he said, no, I have to work out and I have to like take out the trash. And I said, Brayden, this is still first period. It's the video announcements class. And then what did you say? You were like, I operate on my schedule, not yours, or something like that. And then, but it's like our show due in 2 days, and I'm already doing 2 other things for video announcements.
You did the same thing last week. I wanted to film, and you were too busy working on other stuff.
Yeah, but what was I working on? I was working on something for video announcement.
And so was
What?
And so was I. I had to do that today. I just found out today that I had to make an announcement in 2 days.
Well, no, you
So I had
signed
to do
up
it.
for it.
No, I didn't. Mr.
And you
Clark
were-
asked me, Brayden, you want to take this?
And we were talking about that before that.
What?
What
Well,
pissed-
yeah, because you can't just I'm not an on-demand cameraman.
Well, yeah, but it's our
Cameraman
thing, and it's
on
due in
demand.
a couple days, and
Yeah, and
it's
we
our
have time
thing.
to
It's
film it.
still first period, which is the video announcement class, and he was like, I gotta do this personal stuff. I haven't worked out in 4 days and stuff like that.
And
Well, it annoyed me because
Well,
now
how-
I'm gonna be rushed even more.
well, I was rushed. I had to edit everything in one night the other time.
Yeah, but that's something you can like film at home, like at any part of the day.
The types of athletes.
No. Well, that we literally had a choice to make it the next week, and you insisted on rushing it.
No, we didn't have a choice. We literally say every week, next week's
Mr.
edition.
Clark gave us a choice. Our
Yeah,
teacher.
and I still just because we
I'm-
don't have
I'm
it
saying-
done in time doesn't mean it's an excuse.
I'm saying you didn't have to rush it. You chose to rush it. Whereas this, we have to do it. This week we don't.
Do we have to do it? It's the same show this week, and you just said that last week we have a choice, but this week we don't. Why
The
is that?
reason he let us.
I got you there. I
No.
got you there.
You
Yeah.
can't just say I got you there.
No, I
before
did get you there.
respond. You can't say that. Wait.
yeah, I got you. Last week,
Yes.
you're saying last week
Mhm.
we didn't have to do the show.
Yeah, because
Now-
because our teacher told us.
Now you're saying
And last
that
week was a
this
special
week
thing.
we do have to do the show.
Yes, because last week, like, the show was, like, overpacked. He said it's already long enough, and it's okay if you guys take this week off. He didn't say that this week.
He said the show was really packed this week. That's why he asked
But
me.
he didn't tell us specifically that we could
That's
do
because
it the next week.
we haven't told him it's a problem. Either way, why does it matter? We're gonna get it done tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm rushed, and you took that class time that instead of us working on our weekly show, you took that class time to do personal stuff.
It wouldn't have mattered what order I did it in because I still had to do a video announcement.
Well, did you do the video announcement this morning, first period?
I did it. No.
See, that's what I mean. You did personal things, right?
Yeah. I
We
worked
could've-
out and then I don't
Took
remember
out the
exactly.
trash and something.
I
That's
took
what
out
you
the
were
trash,
saying.
I worked out, and then I had second period immediately. And then I worked on the video announcement, and then I went to Rocky to film some stuff, and then
And then the other like option I told him was, since I'm busy after school every day this week filming the school play, you can work out and do that things you were supposed to do right after school, because I couldn't do it anyway. And then we could have taken that first period and filmed.
except
our
I
thing.
don't leave my house without a shower.
So you could have taken a shower.
But I don't shower before I work out. Because if I shower in the morning...
So you're
the
just making up all these excuses.
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing. Because I know myself, and if I don't work out in the morning, then I don't work out.
Well, but it's our class for our thing, and it's class time.
Well, it's your responsibility. Just like it was my responsibility to do the show last week. It's your responsibility to do the show this week.
Well, yeah, but I can't do it by
You
myself.
have to figure it out. I know that, which I offered you my time tomorrow and after school today.
After this podcast, specifically. Yeah.
Nice. So have we settled
I
our
still
differences?
think, though...
My bad, G.
No. Oh, yeah, his mom and aunt were downstairs, like, watching The Bachelor, and these, like, 30-year-old pretty hot women were, like, arguing, like, Vanessa, you were, like, totally insecure, and you just ratted me out on national television. And then the other, Vanessa, was like, no, I didn't do that. Remember when I got called a slut on the internet? Well, the internet is different than national television. And then the man's
It was a
like,
really petty argument.
the mediator is like, the man's like watching them, and he's like in this really nice suit, and and then we were telling his mom, I was like, if those were guys, we would have just been like, my bad, G, and then just carried on.
Dapped each other up.
Yeah.
So you were saying
That you should still use class time for what it's meant for.
I didn't have anything to do that class time, except I did have personal stuff to do.
What do you mean you didn't have anything to do? We have our weekly thing to do.
Yeah,
That's
but
what this whole argument's about.
My personal stuff comes first. Have you ever heard of take care of yourself first? My priority.
That's totally wrong.
That's totally wrong.
This is our commitment.
So you decide my priorities?
No.
That's what you're saying.
This is our commitment that we signed up for.
Yes. And
so
we haven't.
We should
what's the
do
word?
it when we have
We
the
haven't
time.
fallen through that commitment, have we?
What do you mean?
Have we messed up with that commitment yet?
Yes.
How? When?
Or, well, not officially, but messed up as in we couldn't film this morning. With our class time, that has to be allotted, still technically has to be allotted for that class. And you chose that time to do personal things when there was this gap to fill that you could have very easily filled. And if we got some of those scenes off this morning, then tomorrow in class we could have possibly come up with another creative idea for another part of the skit, which could have made it funnier or given us more choice. You know what I mean?
Okay, now let me put some perspective on my end. You asked me 20 minutes after I woke up to show up at school right after we hung up from the Google Meet. Meanwhile, I was wearing shorts.
I never said right after.
You said right after the Google Meet ends, can we go
Let me pull
film?
up the text.
So I go, what? You expect me to be there in like 10 minutes? I just woke up 20 minutes ago. And then you're like, please. And then you started begging.
Can you come to Rocky? I want to film for the parents thing. We need to do that at a house, not at Rocky. I know, but I just meant the 2 or 3 scenes of you picking me up in your car. We can do it later. I just woke up. Yeah, after the meet. Please, I don't have that much.
After the meet. That was like 10 minutes. That's like 10 minutes
by
later.
after the
You
meet.
texted that.
By after the meet, what I meant with that was you don't have to come right now. I said after the meet.
Okay, continue on with the text.
After the meet.
thread.
And then you said, no, not that soon, Abdulaziz. I haven't worked out or done anything else. Lol. We have to do it first period. Please. I'm filming after school until 6 to 6:30 both days. And I said, I'm really short on time. And then he said, Abdulaziz, I'm not ready for first period. You can film it yourself. Can't ask me half an hour before and expect me to show up. You should have told me yesterday. Which I should have. I will not be able to finish if we don't, Brayden. What are you doing tomorrow first period? Filming. Filming what? Parents. Our skit. I have to work out, take out the trash, and shower. I won't be done in first. How? That's like a 15-minute activity.
What?
Take out the shower.
Take out the shower, work out.
Except work out, which I had a very probable cause for you to delay it.
I showed up
And
at
then
school.
you said, and then I said, can you skip your workout? Keep in mind, this is still first period. Video announcements. This is the class you wanted so bad. No, I haven't worked out in 4 days, which is a terrible excuse because my whole argument is that you shouldn't use it for personal time. And then you said, Abdulaziz, you can't just sign me up on your schedule. And I wasn't. I'm asking. I joined this class, but I come first, not you, lol. It's not about me. It's about our weekly show.
That you are in charge of right now. That
Yeah.
it's your responsibility this week.
Yeah.
Just like it was my responsibility last week.
And I helped you.
Not when I wanted you to.
Yeah, but I helped you at lunch.
Well, I'm going to help you tomorrow.
We couldn't have even filmed when you asked for my help.
Yeah, we could.
Except for that one scene that Brayden did.
Well, either
Another
way,
Brayden.
you still didn't want to help.
Well, not that I didn't want to. I couldn't because I had a 2-minute, very complicatedly edited sports ad due the next day. And usually our ads are 1 minute long, but I wanted to make it 2 minutes because I wanted to incorporate all sports at Rocky.
Which he still didn't even do.
Yeah. But it turned out sick.
It was like this hype commercial.
You can't.
And then when he got to the swimming, it was like...
You can't use that because I'm allotting that time for what it's meant for, and you were allotting that time for.
We were at school then. We were at school. There's different standards when we're at home. If I have nothing to do in first period, I had already planned the night before that I don't need to wake up at 7 a.m. to work out and take a shower and do anything for first period because for the last 3 weeks, I've had nothing to do in first period when I'm at home. So I work out, and then I shower, and then I'm ready for second period, which is what happened.
But do you see where I'm coming from, though? Where it's a class, and you're using it for personal things, and you're denying helping of the weekly show that we have committed to.
Because we committed to it doesn't mean that 20 minutes after I wake up, you can expect me to show up to film.
I didn't. You said you woke
Yes,
up
you did.
20 minutes before I texted you, right?
Yeah.
At what time?
I don't know. Is that really that relevant? Do we really need an exact time?
Well, no, because you're saying you couldn't. You can't expect me to go like 20 minutes after you text me, and I'm saying it wasn't 20 minutes. We had a lot of time to do it.
No.
Yes, we did. We had
No, we
so
didn't.
much time. We had until 10:30, and we got out of the meet at 9:10. So we had more than an hour to do it. And you said, "No."
Yeah, and I
wanna
had to
work out
do other
instead."
things.
You didn't have to. You chose to.
Well, no, Abdulaziz.
You don't
that's not
have to
exactly
work
how it
out.
works.
You don't.
You
have-
don't have to go to work. You don't have to do a lot of things.
Well, going to work.
But there's
is-
also personal things that you have to do in the
No,
morning.
you don't.
Yes. Like you praying.
Well, you said you took 4 days off, so apparently you don't have to work out every day.
And I took 4 days off because I think 2 of them were because I didn't want to, and then the other 2, like Sunday, yesterday, I was late, and I woke up late, and I had to be at church, and I was already like an hour behind, so I showered, and then I went to church, and so I couldn't work out.
Praying is completely different. I've never stopped anything from us doing because of my praying. It's like 5 minutes.
Nice nervous twitch,
Nervous twitch.
slamming your phone.
Oh, I'm just doing that for the video. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's done is done, but I'm still disappointed.
Oh,
I'm
well, I'm
not-
sorry you're disappointed in
I'm
me,
not-
Dad.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in
Oh
you.
man, what will I ever do to earn your respect again?
And trust. And
Yeah.
and respect.
I guess the world might never know. I'll never get respect again. my dad is just disappointed in me, and that's the end of the world for me.
Yeah.
Not getting the approval. Man, I think I might go to social media to fix that problem. I need the approval from my peers on social media. I'm going to make it look like I'm really happy on social media.
You got to post something on Snapchat. It's like, don't hit me up. Only the real ones know.
Yeah, seriously.
And then the next show was like, you can slide up if you really want to.
Yeah. The next post.
Man.
Yeah. So anyway, what do we have going tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be somewhat exciting.
Yeah, let's plan out tomorrow. So 9:00 we get to school.
Oh my gosh, you're one of those kids. 9:00 we get to school. 9:05 we start filming. 9:07 we click the record button.
We
We record for 35 minutes.
Our in-class sessions are around 10 to 15 minutes long. Okay, as soon as we get done with that, we'll immediately jump to filming the outside shots with your car and everything, or with my car, doesn't really matter. And then, gosh, I have a lot to do.
I had a lot to do today too, and I'm glad because I got a lot of it done. So
good. So let's see. Tomorrow I'm at the theater play until like 6:30, and then I have to finish the theater ad, and then the parking ad was super.
You signed up
easy.
for too much, Abdulaziz. You were just complaining about, I have so much to do and I'm so busy, and you signed up for something that you didn't need to sign up for too.
What?
Recording the play.
Oh well, that's a job.
Yeah, and you still signed up for it.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that you signed up for this X amount of things,
Yeah.
and now you're complaining that you signed up for X amount of things.
I never complained.
You just said, "Gosh, I have so much to do."
Well, yeah, because
sounds
I
a
was,
lot like complaining
I was
to me.
thinking about it. I'm not saying, oh, I wish I didn't sign up for it. I'm glad I'm doing all of that because I'm staying
Good.
busy.
Good.
Yeah. It is good for your information.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Peaky Blinders.
My name's Arthur Shelby.
Well, my name's Thomas Shelby.
Okay.
Wait,
That
how does he even talk?
My
He's
name's Thomas Shelby.
yeah. My name's
All right,
Thomas
so the
Shelby.
Peaky Blinders is this TV show which, okay, so there's these YouTube videos, right? That that got really weird. All right, I think I said out of frame. You can have this podcast. It's all yours now. Why? Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to see your face. I was looking at the monitor and you were like really focused, and I was like, well, at first I was like gonna go like this, and I was like, you know how all those like guys they do that and then they like put their arms over, and then I was like, I
Nice.
wonder how
okay,
we'd
all
react.
right. Now back to the serious matter. So this new show, The Peaky Blinders, I started watching it. I originally kind of found out about it from a YouTube video about how to. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about just how you present yourself.
Confidence and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I do too.
We probably watched the same video,
Probably.
and it was about.
well, because
I think it was about
I care about it a lot. We're
know.
both going into a
professional
lifestyle
world.
where we want to be men in charge, and so we need to know how to present ourselves so that people give us that trust to tell them what to do.
I think we definitely
Like-
watched the same video.
Like already in the play, I kind of just asserted my. Okay, that sounds so
Asserted my
cocky.
dominance.
That sounds so cocky. But okay, a little bit more detail with that. I'm given the job of the
Oh my gosh!
of filming
you
it.
just went so off track.
Of filming it and editing it so that I can use that excuse against my partner who's filming with me. Like I can tell him like I want shots like this, and so a part of that is kind of having to order stuff around and take charge, and yeah.
So anyway, I watched this video.
This
I
is
think
why
it was about.
Let me interrupt you again. This is why the two of us are so compatible and yet incompatible at the same time. No, we're compatible too.
Yeah.
Because we have so much in common, but we're also so incompatible because we're both like wannabe alphas. We wanna be the ones in the room that
Okay, so side note, I was watching the Peaky Blinders. I think it was yesterday, and I posted this like clip on my story, and it was this clip of 3 members of this gang. Right, the Peaky Blinders are a gang. 1919 in Birmingham, London, or Birmingham.
It's not Birmingham.
England.
Yeah, it's in England.
Anyway, they were walking in all powerful looking. And anyway, I posted that on my story and I was like, slide up. Anyway, it's too hard to explain. But back to what I was originally saying.
I can probably just pull it up.
On YouTube, I think I was watching some type of video of like verbal kind of communications and how to dominate maybe a conversation or something like that. And they were using Thomas Shelby, the main character of the Peaky Blinders, this TV show.
I'm trying to assert my dominance.
Really? Wow, that's a really good dominance. Oh, I walked into school and I saw Seamus today, right? Really?
I'm asserting my dominance.
Really? Go pick it up. Go pick it up. Or you don't get any of my mom's cookies anymore. Okay, I walked into school today. Abdulaziz!
What?
Stop! The ground is not a trash can. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
asserting my dominance.
I sleep on this ground. This is holy ground. Okay, all right. I walked into school today. I saw Seamus eating lunch, and I go stand over by him, and he goes, Jesus Christ, have you been lifting, dude? And I go, actually, yeah. He goes, Christ. Oh, my God. Anyway. So anyway, it was this video about it, and it was using these examples from this TV show. And when I saw the preview of this TV show on Netflix, what are you doing? Okay, I saw this when I saw the preview.
I feel like I'm getting cut off when
I saw the preview of this show on Netflix. I realized that this is the show that was in that YouTube video. So I was like, okay, I wanna watch this TV show. I started the first episode. I'm usually not into like old style themes.
Yeah, I'm surprised you started watching it. But finish your story, and then I'll tell you how I started. Because we kind of coincidentally started watching it at the same time and at the same pace.
So I watched the first episode, and then I texted the boys' chat and found out that Abdulaziz was watching it, and I actually really enjoyed it. And now I finished the first season, and I'm 2/3 of the way through the second season. So it's really, really good.
Yeah, I was happy to find out that there was like 5 seasons. I was like, whoa.
There's 6 episodes a season, so that's 30 episodes. So
that's not a lot.
But it's an hour-long episode. Anyway, the show is really entertaining though, because it's like
you know what's
see
amazing?
The power, and like what power meant back then.
The social power, yeah,
and just money like equaled power back then, and like everyone like.
I think it's the other.
Is scared of him.
I think
it's
the
so
other
cool.
way around. It's power equals money.
No money
because they didn't get their power from money. They got their money because of their power.
They're very violent, and so they kind of asserted their dominance. Anyway, it's a really intriguing show to see, like how the people in power handle themselves and
the
how,
social interaction, yeah,
and just to see like what it was like, what power was like back then, because. In the first shot or in the first episode, the beginning was like everyone running away when they heard his horse walking down the street, and I was like, and so anyway, I think both of us mentally note what the main character Thomas Shelby does in every conversation, and how he's just like he's always got a straight face, and he's always just like he just dominates it like. I don't know how.
Do you also notice in the show he doesn't like to sit down when others are there? He likes to be the one standing.
Yeah.
Like in that one episode we watched with who was that lady? His horse's trainer. She's sitting down. He's standing up. That one part where the policeman and those 2 like couple were in the.
You were saying.
So I was saying how
oh, you're so powerful.
Standing,
I'm so scared. I got a nut shot right there.
You know what I got?
Wow, a key fob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a sharp blade on it.
With a name that you can't even spell.
They spelled
Hey,
it
you're
just
blocking the
right.
key light. You're blocking the key light. Thanks.
Shh, look at that knife.
You need the little sound effect. The little like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. What were we just saying? Anyway, there's that shot where they're in that room with the two couple and the policeman. You know what I mean? And he's like standing up, and there's Anyway, that's just something I noticed. Something else in a video that I watched. Is it the channel Charisma on Command?
Yeah.
That you watched those videos?
Yeah, we watched the same video, I think.
Yeah. Something else that I've watched from him a long time ago is these like men in power. They take up a lot of space. So if you've noticed me throughout the video, I always have my legs sprawled, asserting dominance.
Would you stop? You can assert your dominance all you want, but once you get too close, that dominance is gone. Okay? I will pick you up by your nostrils. It's like in the like barbaric movies where they're just like.
But yeah, anything. I think we're just training for having a leadership position in a.
My name's Arthur Shelby.
When we grow up,
I killed a man.
Whether that's in management or whether we start our own companies. By the way, we talk about that sometimes, but having each other as our like number one business and personal competition, what's that like for you?
I don't have business. Like last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago.
But I'm sure that I take a lot of opportunities from you and vice versa.
We had this check-in question in our economics class, and it was something about like, what do you see yourself doing after high school? And Abdulaziz replied, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna open a business and
a company,
and then
video and
I was
photo
next
company."
to him, and so I was next to reply, and I said, "I'm thinking of doing the same thing, maybe being Abdulaziz's number one competition, And so we got a little class chuckle.
Yeah. Because everybody knows how inseparable we are, but everybody also, well, not everybody knows that we also like, what do you call it? Like compete with each other in basically everything. YouTube,
Look,
photo.
I'm Abdulaziz.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix this here because from this angle with that camera, it looks like this tuft of hair is like sticking out, and I don't like that. Like if I sit like this, oh, this is a good angle. Oh, I look weird on that camera then.
You have your legs crossed.
Yeah. No.
That's the only thing. That is the thing I noticed. Thomas Shelby does is he crosses his legs when he sits down.
My camera battery is in the red, so if this just cuts off, I guess that's the end of the episode. Anyway, yeah. With Arthur,
you don't have an extra battery?
Mm-mm. I in 3 years of owning this camera, never have I bought an extra camera or extra battery.
Nice.
Well, I also have a charger for it in my car, so.
I don't even know what my battery's at. All I know is I shot almost all day yesterday, and I was at like 70% maybe when I started.
64 or something when you started.
That's a good battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
And also the other thing.
Oh, we're going on a road trip at the end of spring break with my family. We're going to California. We were planning, because this is like the last opportunity we can go because our cousin is still there, so he can like show us around. But if we don't go before he leaves, then we'll probably never go.
Logan wants to celebrate his birthday on spring break.
Oh yeah, when is his birthday? Like,
it's in March. I don't know.
I think it's the first weekend of spring break or something. Maybe it's the second weekend. Because I remember last year before COVID, we celebrated it on that Friday, on the last day of school, unknowingly the last week of school. So, yeah. What are you looking at?
I thought I put it in my phone.
I think I have it.
Interesting.
When is his birthday? But anyway, I was saying we were like kind of...
it's the 24th.
24th.
Yep.
We were kind of planning on going on like a small little road trip, 2-day road trip or something around Colorado. And I don't think we can do that depending on how things go. We might be able to. Do you want to still?
Me? Wait,
Yeah.
what? Oh. I have no idea. I kind of forgot about that.
Well, we kind of have to decide soon. I'm fine if we don't, cause cause if we go, then I'll probably be exhausted to go to California. But yeah, we're renting a minivan and and Dodge Chrysler minivan.
Nice.
Yeah. What else is new in life?
I
I think we've talked about pretty much everything that needed to be talked about. I'm pretty excited for this video podcast, except it's gotta be
You gotta edit it though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good. I ain't doing all the angles and everything.
It's pretty easy if you know how to do it.
Good. You know how to do it, so it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to edit better than him, so.
No. No.
I actually know a whole lot more stuff in Final Cut.
Much more subjective. That is way subjective.
Here.
I'm a better editor,
Here's
by the way.
Here's the objective truth. I know how to use Final Cut Pro to more of its capabilities than you do. Because I literally watch like really long and really boring tutorials. And then there's like tiny little knickknacks that I've caught on over the years. And like when I watch you edit, it's like, why do you not do that? It's like to like trim a clip, you like cut it and then delete it.
Just like 90% of the population?
Well, yeah, but I'm not 90%. Do you want to be average? I have that set to one key, just trims the rest of it. That's just one example. And that's just the objective truth. No subjectivity in it.
Right.
No room for argument.
Right. It's about the final product.
Yeah.
Like Clark says.
And I can get there faster.
Nobody gives a crap.
And I can get there faster and more efficiently.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because I finish my edit in 2 hours and you take 2 weeks. Oh! You literally told me, you texted me once. You were like, I really admire the, what did you say? I really admire the will for you to finish your videos or something like that.
Yeah.
When I sit down, I finish that video. Like, I don't stand up.
But
until
I
it's
will
finished.
argue that
He takes like 3 weeks to edit one video.
But I will argue that your videos are a lot more simplified in the timeline
Story
versus mine. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your stories are simple. It's just order of events.
Nice.
Where I like to add a lot more things, and that can be frustrating sometimes, like trying to fit it together. So, but yeah, you do have a knack for just leaving everything else in life on pause and getting your video out as soon as possible.
See? One time I looked at my phone and I had 100 iMessages from the group chat.
Because he was editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to get distracted when I'm in the zone.
I get distracted like every 5 minutes. Just check Snapchat.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't do
Instagram.
Because I'm in a flow.
Because he doesn't get
it's also,
texts and Snapchats.
No,
and
it's also
DMs.
like whenever I'm like working on anything really. Like, let's say I'm working on my car or I'm working on putting together like a piece of furniture or building something.
You don't stop until you finish.
Well,
that's
I
what I
just don't
admire
even
about
check
you.
my phone.
Yeah, and that's what I admire about you.
And I don't know why.
You're
can't stop.
so stubborn that you need to get something done, and that's a good and a bad thing about you. Like once you have your mind set on something, you will make no exceptions.
Nope.
Which sometimes really pisses me off as your best friend for
I don't leave
over
things,
6 years.
I don't ever leave things unfinished. And neither does my dad. Or no, maybe my dad is the opposite. No, my dad doesn't leave things unfinished. Like for my closet, right? When I redid my closet, I took everything down and I pushed my parents to help me get it done on one day. Like I would not be able to go to sleep because it's not finished. And I'm like in the midst of a project. How could I sleep in the midst of a project? You got to finish it. You got to get that sense of like, oh, I'm done. Then you can sleep. That's your reward. At the end of the day, why do you get to go to sleep? Because hopefully you finished a project. Not, I started,
I'm not like that as much.
No, you're not like that.
think
I woke up from a nap before I came.
I'm still more like that than I believe the average person is, because I'm still very anal about getting things done and having like a clean environment sometimes like my room gets so messy and I don't give a crap, but sometimes I'm like, this needs to be clean before I start my edit. Like I'm just weird like that. Because sometimes, but you also don't have a sibling. You don't have, because you never like cleaning up someone else's stuff. So when like my little brother gets his stuff everywhere, it's like if I clean up my stuff, it's still gonna be messy. So then it just kind of.
Thank you. Someone
piles up on
understands.
it.
My mom always tells me like, "Oh, why do you keep your room so clean, but you don't put your dishes in the dishwasher?" And every time I tell her, "Well, because I know that even if I do it, there's still going to be dishes on the counter. So why would I even bother? Because
it's still your dishes.
it doesn't change
you should
anything."
Put your dishes in the dishwasher. You don't even wash them.
Okay, Dad.
And it's too much work to put them in the dishwasher?
Yeah, because everyone else leaves them on the counter, which is what I'm saying.
Advocate for yourself.
Abdulaziz, I did not tell you that for you to coach me.
Well, but I'm coaching you.
No, I don't need your coaching. You let
But
me
you
live.
should-
No,
but you
let
should
me
do
live
it.
my life at home, and you can live your life at home.
But you should do it. There's no downside of it.
Abdulaziz, I do not need your opinion on that.
Well,
This is my home life, and I don't need your counseling on that.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you put a dish in the dishwasher?
Because why would I do? I'm not even gonna argue with you because you have no say in my life at home. Anyway,
Is my camera tilted? No. You see, these are the arguments we get into.
when someone else, when you can't keep something clean because of someone else, then it will never be clean.
It just piles up. That's the point you were trying to make. Yeah.
Like, why would I do something if it's not going to actually make things clean? So that is why I am that's why, I don't know. Wow. It's been an hour. Wow.
It's been a long time, but we
Well, it's
got some
technically
more
been
things
like-
to say. In case my camera dies, this is our goodbye. Yeah, because
talking,
it's on
and then it
the
just
it's
cuts
on the
out.
flashing red, and I've measured it once. It has around 7 minutes of recording, and I don't remember when it started flashing red. So if it just dies, good night and thank you for listening. But let's carry on.
Mm.
We were
Yeah.
talking about like organization and
Mhm.
oh, do you ever think like sometimes I go back and forth on this, like if we like grow up a little bit and make some money, like would you want like a space together somewhere where we are like allowing ourselves to collaborate? Because sometimes I value your input so much, like you know what I mean, when editing or something, I want to ask like, hey Brayden, what do you think of this? And I'm sure you feel the same too on some things, and but we also have that Thomas Shelby problem over each other.
I don't want you right now. Stay away.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking.
Well,
like, if
not-
we ever had like a gear closet together, I wouldn't be able to work with you because you are like,
Not
we were arguing about the problem of a lens cap and how I take the lens off of my camera, put the rear cap on, and then put my front cap on my camera on, and I disconnect the lenses and the
Which
the
makes
lens and the
zero
body
sense because you use
see,
one lens.
right there. Yeah. See, no. I disconnect the camera or the lens and the body for storage. That is why we cannot have a gear closet because I would take everything apart. No.
Let me correct something.
You can throw all your lenses in the camera bag like you do.
You said
and I will put everything neatly and keep everything
you
safe.
said that sometimes we feel like I just don't want to be with you. I don't think we feel that. Sometimes we just like I want you to shut up. I think that's
Yes.
more accurate than I don't want
And
to be
half
with you.
of our podcast, I want you to shut up.
Well, we committed to this, so we have to keep going.
How about I just talk for like 35 minutes and you can talk for the next 35 minutes uninterrupted, like in the presidential debates. 2 minutes uninterrupted, which basically just means as many interruptions as you want.
It really is just a 5-minute conversation.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, but I think I value your input enough on enough
Enough.
things to.
Wow, thanks.
No,
I value your input enough to
You didn't let
have
me
some
finish.
say.
I said I value your input enough to have me want to work with you.
Whoa, that was a lot of
Des-
wants.
despite
What did you just say?
despite our difficulties in being together for long periods of time.
What? I did not catch anything you just said.
I
So I'm
said
just
in
gonna
the
say,
future, we might want a space together. Because
I don't know, bro. You just put your arm around me. I might not want that. Ow! Your dang metal baggy watch that just goes. Every time he looks at the time, he goes. He has to go like this to get his watch down to his wrist because it's up on his elbow. You know those teachers that carry their keys around their elbow, like Miss Lauterbach from middle school.
one or two teachers. Yeah.
Your watch should be properly placed right behind the wrist bone.
Yeah, except this like you
so
can't
have
really
full
adjust
movement of your
the.
wrist.
Except this really doesn't have.
That's
an
why I get
adjustment.
leather straps.
Yeah, I have a leather strap watch, and I like it more than this. But
Yeah.
sometimes I get tired of it. Yeah. Are we done?
Are we done? Well,
We need to film the parent stuff,
yeah. Like, what would we be doing?
huh?
What do we need to do
For what?
for the skit?
Oh, I don't know. You said we have stuff to film at home, so I thought you had some ideas.
I thought no. Well, yeah, I thought we were filming everything at home. How do we mimic a parent at school?
So no, not
In
at
a classroom.
school. Not in a classroom. We're not being inside of a school at all. We're just picking one of us up from school. That was one of the scenes I was imagining.
Oh, I was thinking like all at home. Like, honey, you need to come do your homework.
That can be most of it, but I want some stuff in a car too.
I really want to do the one where it's like the mom that solves all your problems, and she
Yeah.
goes up to the door and just like, but it's like silent audio, kind of like it was actually in Peaky Blinders. It was in one of the scenes. Which was it?
I don't remember that in Peaky Blinders.
I think one of the characters
you're
was like
probably
really
thinking of
angry. No. One of them was
Oh,
like
Arthur
really
Shelby. I
And-
remember that scene where you like threw something on the ground and there was no noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No sound. Yeah, that's what I'm picturing when she's like going up to the door and like
Yeah.
scolding the
Yeah, I see what you
the
mean.
kid or something, like, and then walks back to the like Bigfoot, you know,
Yeah.
the video, like walks back to the car.
Well, before my camera dies, let's just end it so we don't have an awkward ending. Always choose the time of your death rather than let your audience choose the time of your death. Okay, I didn't mean literal death. I mean like the end of something. Like, for example, we chose the time of our death for our weekly show. We said we would stop at the quarter mark for video announcements. And we are doing that so that it doesn't just get stale and we kind of get forced into ending it. So that's what I mean. So let's end this now before we start beating around a dead horse. Yeah. See, Braden is speechless because he's learning from how I speak. He's really listening and in tune. He's mentally taking notes. He's like, how does Abdulaziz assert his dominance so
Did
well?
you know the more someone talks,
the
more
they make a fool
likely-
of us-
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Because we watched the same
That's
video.
exactly what I was gonna say.
The
No,
more
it's actually like in conversations, in order to sound smarter, say less, because the more you actually talk, the more of a chance you're gonna say something stupid.
that will make you look stupid.
yeah.
Which is exactly where that conversation went
Mhm.
to. Yeah. But it's okay because you're my friend and I don't need you to be scared of me.
What was that?
What was that?
Oh.
News. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this new format. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably keep doing this. And we're starting a new YouTube channel.
Wait, ready? What's our 1 subscriber special? Subscribe.
Yeah,
We'll get our
Abdulaziz and
first
Braden
subscriber.
podcast.
Whoa, we're back from the beginning. We're back in the beginning, asking like, shooting for those 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Abdulaziz and Braden podcast. We're not gonna have any fancy names.
Excuse me.
Abdulaziz and
No, Braden
No.
and Abdulaziz.
No.
How about we
Abdulaziz
just
and
do
Braden.
something like Russell Wagon Podcasts?
The Russell Wagon podcast.
Yes, like we were originally going to do with a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, we still have that YouTube channel.
No, I thought you said it they deleted it. I remember you telling me.
We're probably just making new.
Because you got an email or something and it was...
Okay. Well, the Abdulaziz and Braden podcast. I don't want Russell Wagon. This is the end of the Abdulaziz and Braden podcast. Yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody.